The Black Spiral. Many guru believe the Black Spiral to be hidden somewhere in the depths of the Umbra, probably a portion of a foully proximate to the worm, or somehow in what amounts to its attention, if such a statement can be accurate. Other guru believe that the Black Labyrinth to be the location in the physical world, or even a metamorphical location that moves throughout the physical world, to places where human defilement proves most satisfactory to the worm. Again, if it can be said that the worm prefers things. Whatever the case, the Black Spiral is a place of import to the worm-aligned of the like-named tribe. Some combination of a hellish cairn and crucible where would-be Black Spiral dancers are broken down and forged anew. It's at once a place, a spiritual horror, and a relentless, cruel outlook on the world. It may be the locus of the final cancer that consumes Gaia herself. A lost tribe from antiquity. A new mutation of the guru through the toxic air and soiled earth. No one really has a good answer for it right now. There are so many ways to view the dancers, the Black Spiral dancers, the BSDs, if you want to shorten the name, because there are so many people who just do not want to say that name where they might be heard. Black Spiral dancers. The Black Spiral, there's no doubt that it exists somewhere, whether it's in the Umbra or somewhere in Earth or somehow moves from place to place wherever it feels the need to be. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But this lore sheet gives you at least a little bit of mentality towards it. Now, I view Black Spiral dancers differently than some. And again, I'm sure we'll get into that at some point. But right now, we focus on a lore sheet for the use in a 5th edition game of Werewolf the Apocalypse. So let's learn together, shall we? Black Spiral Glyph. Any guru who knows the glyph can represent the Black Spiral. But among servitors of the worm, the glyph itself possesses nuances that most guru don't know. You know how to convincingly make the true Black Spiral glyph, which you might use as bait or to mislead others. But those who know you possess this ability are suspicious of you, if not outright hostile, and you suffer a -2 to all social dice pools when interacting with those guru, your present pack accepted. Knowing information, most of the time, there's no inherent downside to it, but this is something so cursed, so defiled, that others don't look at you as you wish they would. Just because you know. Maybe you found it, maybe you nearly fell to the spiral yourself. Who knows the reason? That's between you and your storyteller to come up with. But the black spiral glyph giving you a -2 on social dice rolls with other guru, not counting your own current pack. They understand. They at least have a knowledge that they're not going to use against you when it comes to this kind of thing, at least if you stay on their good side. But wolves do have a tendency to snap at each other from time to time. But being able to utilize this as a way to lay a trap or to convince others of your false allegiance to something to get information could very well come in handy. Is it worth it? Bad company. You have contact, or perhaps even a sort of strange trust, with a black spiral dancer. A remarkably stable formor, or even a vampire, or other supernatural creature that has some association with the foulness of the worm. Once per story, you can call upon this, well, not friend exactly, but they can give you information about other worm creatures, the black spiral dancers in particular, or the occult in general. Your renown for social interaction drops by 2 for the remainder of the session in which you do so, or for the entire next session at the storyteller's discretion. Bad company makes it so that you have a friend that you probably should not hang out with. Whether it's a black spiral dancer, or a vampire, or a famor, who knows? Interacting with Banes in any way is just not something that's good, which is why you find yourself at a -2 renown for the rest of the session, or scene, or session. It really does depend on how bad the interaction actually is between you guys. Is there physical contact? Do you have to do a favor for them? Are you bending your morals or your pack's guidelines? It could get worse, I guess. Spiral cyst. Vile burrows, or refuges, scar with the black spiral glyph, mar the world, serving as bolt holes for agents of the worm. You know the location of one such place in your territory, and you can temporarily subvert it as a secure safe house, in which you are zeroed while you hide there. If your awareness of this place becomes known among Guru, you're likely to have much to answer for. So you have found effectively a safe house for like the BSDs. You have found some burrow somewhere, an abandoned building, an old messed up house, a trailer, something like that, where the black spirals have gone, but is not currently in use. So you could hide there if need be, in which case you actually gain the zeroed advantage while you're there, meaning no one can find you. They can't look into it, they can't look up where you might know or anything like that. But if other Guru find out that you know about this place, they're going to start wondering why. How you came across this thing and how you've been able to hide in it. Are you to be trusted? Inviolate. One particular worm-aligned spirit refuses to harm you, even if it doesn't know who you are, owing to some secret pact forged in a forgotten time. As great as this arrangement may seem, if anyone sees the spirit avoid you, or show difference. You get the picture. Decide upon this worm spirit's identity and rank in the hierarchy with the storyteller. So for some reason, inviolate basically means that there's something, a spirit of some kind, not a type, a spirit, a bane, something that just doesn't want to hurt you for some reason. If it's a vampire, maybe you were one of its touchstones before you went through your shift. And it just has this hold where it can't hurt you. If it's a bane, maybe it's, I don't know, maybe you remind it of a past life that it once inhabited. There's so many different reasons, and that's between you and your storyteller to come up with. That being said, if anybody notices that for some reason the vampire doesn't take the shot, or the Fomor decides to let you live, or hell, even saves you from a situation, that makes you guilty by association. There's a lot of trust issues when it comes to the guru, especially nowadays when the young are turning against the old. And, I'm not blaming that whatsoever, due to the fact that this whole story is about the concept that the last generation failed. The previous generations did not live up to their responsibility. But that also breeds mistrust that others of your kind, of your generation, might also fail. Solving the labyrinth. Once per story, you can attempt to persuade a black spiral dancer to emancipate themselves from the horrors of bats' patronage. To do so, you must completely isolate the subject and make a test of intelligence or charisma plus insight. Far away from the influence of the cruel spirits who would rather keep the guru as they are. Roll once per 3 nights of breaking bat's hold. You win after achieving a number of successes equal to twice the subject's willpower. How they react to such deprogramming, or how functional they are in a subsequent society, is a huge question mark. Do they even want a new patron spirit? Healing a BSD. That is what that gives you. Once per story, you have the ability to find a black spiral dancer and show it the error of its ways. This could end up causing the wolf to become Ronin, going off on its own without a pack, completely avoiding spirits in general. It could cause them to lose themselves to that grand frenzy and take their own existence off the board. It could cause them to be hunted down by their own pack of bat-following BSDs. There's a whole bunch of ways that this could interact with a story. Not only being a story itself, the redemption of a black spiral dancer is rare, to say the least, if not unheard of. But what are the repercussions? Do you now have an enemy pack of BSDs that are gunning for you specifically because you are a danger to their way of life? You and your storyteller can be as cruel to you as you want to be. The Black Spiral. Out of all of the lore sheets in the 5th edition Werewolf the Apocalypse core book, I think is probably my favorite. It opens up so many options of having allies with things you shouldn't, with interactions with the Black Spiral Dancers, and truthfully, the Black Spiral Dancer storyline, how they work, what their history was in earlier editions and things like that, was always something that called to me. I enjoyed their story. It was a lot of fun, it was in depth, and so many people had interest in it that eventually White Wolf opened up the concept of being able to play a Black Spiral Dancer. Now, given the way that the Sabbat has been treated in Vampire and the fact that they've kind of just dropped the concept of wayward hunters in Hunter the Reckoning, I don't see us being able to play Black Spiral Dancers in a canon source very soon. Doesn't mean that other people aren't going to go out there. I'm pretty sure there's already a number of fan-made dark pack storytellers vault material on playing Black Spiral Dancers. I know I have a Black Spiral Dancer NPC in my Vampire the Masquerade game. And I love the way that he sees the world. It's dark, it's bleak, it's not good, but he makes for an interesting story and would be an amazing subject for solving the labyrinth on this lore sheet. The black spirals, just that festering wound of Guru society that just refuses to go away.